Matt Lenihan for Boxing Social, in association with William Hill and Empire Fights. Always delighted to be joined by Liam Smith. Liam, we're here in the Rotunda gym. Preparation for Chris Eubank Jr. The rematch is underway. How are you feeling?
Yeah, good mate, excited. Looking forward to it. You know, we're nearly there now, 2 weeks away, just over, so I'm excited.
I remember fight week last time, you looked me dead in the eye and said, do not be fooled, he can be hurt, he can be knocked out. A few days later you went and did that. Is it going to be the same again this time around?
Yeah, look, I said I feel like getting somebody who's good at computers or whatnot to go and pull the interviews back. You know, there's that many, but I remember telling everybody, and I didn't want to say at the end of the last one, I told you all, like, you know, one of them. But I did say, don't. I was basically told fight week last time, like, it was like, Chris cannot be hurt. I was like, hey, don't be fooled. Of course he can. And then obviously I went and done it. So that was the best way to not answer them critics, but to teach everybody a lesson. Like, don't ever think he has got a great chin, but don't think he can't be hurt. That was the best way to answer that for you. And I knew I land a shot on anyone, and that's not saying, oh, I land, but I'm just saying any fighter can be hurt, and I hit hard enough to hurt any fighter.
Do you believe coming into the first fight, I know you was always hyping on about percentages, I need to be this to beat you, this to beat Conor. Do you believe he overlooked you in the first fight? No,
I don't actually, because 1 minute he forgot the spars, the next minute he remembered them. No, I don't think he overlooked me. I just think, like I said before, he got hit with a shot when he was looking at the floor and was gone. You know, your shot you don't see hurts, and you can't say he overlooked me when he feels he was dominating. He can't say he overlooked me. He said he was dominating the fight. So, how can you say he overlooked me?
Do you believe coming into this now, he's obviously changed trainer again. He went from Roy Jones Jr. pound for pound, quite, you know, potentially the best to ever do it. He's now gone to Bomac. What do you think that says about him as a fighter? Is he unsure of himself?
Definitely. Obviously, I feel he's trying to get the most help he can now. Clout chasing a little in a way too with the Bomac situation. But like I said, I said to Chris on the Zoom, bring Terence in your corner too if you want. Like, I just think no one can help you. If I turn up 100%, I beat you, whether you've got Terence, Bomac and whoever else in your corner. I just think me at 100% beat you. The best Chris Eubank Jr, the best Liam Smith, I beat Chris. So you can have who you want in your corner, especially at 5 weeks' notice, I'll still beat you.
There was a lot made about the stoppage. I mean, from everybody's eye, it was, you know, a brilliant stoppage. But then he went on about the elbow, and I know he's done that in the press conference leading up to that. What do you make of that? Because obviously, elbows happen in a flurry. It's not like it was one thrown straight over. Do you think he was maybe sort of grasping at straws, trying to take away from you from the victory?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, look, he knew he had the rematch. To activate the rematch clause, he's got to touch on something. He can't just sit and say, right, the better man won. You know, it's down to me to put it right. He hasn't got that in his locker. So he had to say something, and it started with the elbow, then it started with the weight, overlook me, then the elbow come into it, now he's blaming the referee. It's just crazy with him, but even still, I'll sit with anybody who wants to argue the toss. I'll sit and I'll watch it for you and say, show me the elbow. Even people saying it was the elbow that done his eye. The shot that drops him is the shot that done his eye. It lands on his eye, the left hook. It goes left up because I missed the right hand, and the left hook that drops him does his eye. The elbow hits him on the top of the head or something, and if you can call it an elbow, I'm pretty sure your elbow is there. Me wrist hits him a little bit, and like I said beforehand, if I offer someone a free shot now, and they want to hit me with there or the fist, I'll let them hit me there, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Obviously, I feel like I can punch harder than I can elbow, so I'm not a MMA fighter who can throw elbows.
What's in it for you, this fight? I know the first fight, I feel like you had a point to prove to people, because everyone was, the big thing in the build-up was, look, Liam may win this on points, but Chris has got this granite chin, and you said from the outset, look, like I said, we've already said, he can be hurt. So I feel like you had that sort of thing, you know what, there's going to be a lot of people proved wrong here, and you did. Even the odds going into that fight for a former world champion, I thought, did you feel a little bit disrespected going into that first fight? A little bit?
No, I didn't actually, honestly, and this is the God's honest truth, because I feel anybody that didn't pick me to win was the only people who maybe thought I was past it or I weren't big enough. I've said again, if someone just says to me, no, I thought he was going to beat you because he's a better fighter than you, I'd say fine, that's your opinion. But like I said, I feel if the fight was made at 154 and we were both career 154s, I'd have been a massive favourite. But I just think a lot of people looked into the age side to it. I've been around a long time, and the fight was at 160. You know what I mean? So again, take them two things out of it. I was always confident I can compete at 160 with the best fighters in the world, and I was confident I could do it, Chris, and you know I got both them answers.
It was such an emphatic victory the first time. What's the carrot sort of at the end of this fight for you? How do you lift yourself up to go in the ring again with again? Is it money? Is it the thought of belts? Is it Anfield? What is it for you that gets you up for this fight?
All three of them you've just mentioned. I was sitting, you know, a week after I beat Chris, I was in a very good position. You know, fighters getting mentioned to me. WBO ordered me to fight for world titles. Obviously, I knew I was tied into the rematch, so I couldn't ever pursue one of them. But now to beat Chris with nothing after it, I've got no contact with nobody after it. I'm a free agent. I can do what I want, where I want, when I want. So I beat Chris. Now I'm sitting in a very, very good position, and I can choose whatever route I want to go. You know, whatever the governing bodies put me, I can opt for one of them. And then there's all the other fighters I'm linked with: Brooke, Billy Joe, Conor Ben.
What's important to you? You've achieved many people's sort of dreams when they start is to become, you know, some of it's even a British champion. You've fought pound for pound best in the world in Canelo Alvarez. You've become a world champion. Your name's, I feel like your name's synonymous with Liverpool, and you're in the history books already. So before your career ends, and this isn't me talking as if you're on the slide, it's because you're not in the first part of your career. Yeah. So what do you want to tick off before Liam Smith's done with boxing?
Look, I want to be world champion again, and like I said, I win a world title, money comes with that. So I know it's a little bit of a hard one, like world title or big money for when you get out. And I don't know why, I just always thought up with, when I lost it, I begged for it back. And like I said, I'd love to be world champion again, and I really would cherish it this time. I didn't cherish being world champion last time. I didn't know what it meant. I didn't know how big it was. I'd fully cherish being world champion again. So you know that, I just think world champion, money comes with that. So that's my biggest goal.
You are a proud Liverpudlian. I know you're a big Red as well. What would it mean to you to get an opportunity to grace that pitch at Anfield and to, you know, have your name read out on that tannoy where you've watched some special moments over the years? Been a Liverpool fan myself, just to be there for that would be incredible. But for someone to fight there, that must be like, you must get goosebumps thinking about it. That must be at the back of your mind when you're fighting a guy like Chris who you've already beat. Look, this is what still can come.
Definitely, because you know the last 3-4 years that's been a realistic aim now. You know, it was all well and good. I'd love to fight at Anfield, but you know, Anfield and Liverpool Football Club now are mad for a fight. They're mad for a boxing event there.
It's been calling for it now for years. I keep thinking we've been doing it with you, with Callum. It's like, let's get it made.
And like, you know, this year was the year we had the fight to go there. You know, but unfortunately, this was the year that the Anfield Road was getting the work on. And look, like I said, it was not excuses from the. You know, I had people very close in the club basically saying, and they weren't lying. You know, we've just had friendlies at Preston. You know, nothing happened at Anfield this year. No events. You know, I went to watch Pink. There a couple of years ago, and you know, a lot of people have been there for events, but no singers was there this year. Nothing happened there this year, and you know, you have to. They stood by what they said. So hopefully next year we can get the fight still there next year.
It's such a historic place, and I think Liverpool as a city now, not just in terms of the football, it's an iconic football club, best in the world. But when you talk about fighters coming through now, even this gym, you look at obviously Callum as well, Natasha, and what she's doing for women's boxing. I know you've got a young fighter in this gym, Stringer, Frankie who's coming through. There's such a buzz, I feel, around the city now that strike while the iron's hot kind of thing. Do you think realistically next 12 to 18 months we could see it happen?
Definitely. I'll bet everything I own we have a boxing event there next year. You know, if we don't get the boxing event, we'll get a UFC event. I just think we'll definitely get a combat event there next year. It's something they haven't had. You know, they've had singing events, they've had other stuff. I think Anfield will definitely have you know, a combat event there next year, and fingers crossed it's me.
Let's just sign this off. Let's just talk about Liverpool in itself. How do you think that we're going to get on this year? Bit of an okay start, I would say, at Chelsea. The new lads sort of bedding in well. 2 new midfielders look really good. What do you make of this season? What can we hope for?
I'm excited, obviously. You know, I'm just buzzing the football's back, but I'm excited about what I saw. I thought Liverpool were excellent at the start. I thought they were brilliant up until Chelsea's goal. I think Mo Salah's goal stands, then the game's dead and buried. I thought, you know, I have friends who were in there were saying when Salah scored, Chelsea fans were getting off. When it went to VAR, they stopped, come back in. And then Chelsea scored and then went 2-1 up within the space of a minute. That just gave them momentum. Obviously, their second goal got ruled out, but the momentum was just with Chelsea. Then Chelsea dominated the game. But like I said, I was excited with what I saw. I know it was only half an hour, 35 minutes, but you know, it was relentless. It was as good as we've ever been. New players settled in well, so just we need to just build off that. Away at Chelsea first game of the season, a point's not really a bad result.
You still playing? I know I've heard you don't stop playing until, you know, even in build-ups to your fights, which I find utterly crazy, but it's something you've done. I know it's funny you mentioned you score a lot of goals and penalties and things like that, and then the one after the Chris fight, you bottled it. What's going on?
I did. I bottled it. You know what, mate? I'm so reliable on them as well, and it's just crazy. It was just, you know what, I just feel it was mad time. And I didn't ever think I was taking the penalty. We won the penalty. I said to the kid taking the pens, "Come on, mate," and he went, "I'm not having it. You have it." So, you know, I goes, "Okay." Looking for the ball. Their goalkeeper comes and gives me the ball, and said, "Don't forget, I know where you go." He's my goalkeeper on a Saturday. So this is my Sunday team. He plays with me on a Saturday. So my head just fell off, and then, like I said, instead of just trying to whip the ball properly, I tried to do the keeper on me run. I tried to fake me run as if I'm going that way, and I just dragged the ball. I didn't even connect the ball properly.
I suppose a lot went quite well for you that weekend, so you were Karma had to chuck it back around for you.
Yeah, look, I probably should have never took the penalty. I'd had a drink the night before. I'd had a late night, no sleep. I can never sleep after the fight, so yeah, I probably should have never took it anyway.
You got a message to your fans, family, people are going to get behind you for this this next run that you're going to be on. You got a message for all these people? Yeah,
obviously, you know, I thank every one of them, everyone who's ever spent a hard-earned money for me. That night alone, you know, I can't thank people enough for giving me some of the best nights of my career. And like I said, I can only hope my results give you some of the best nights of yours too. Like that Manchester one was something I'll never forget last
Manchester
time.
As well.
Yeah, it was. But that Manchester Arena last time was bouncing. The ring walk, even the end when I stopped them. And like I said, I hope they enjoyed the memories just as much as I do, because them memories I'll never forget.
Liam, absolute pleasure. We'll catch up fight week.
Thanks, mate. Nice one. Thank you.